صحبه ومن والاه. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل التفرق بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم ولا تدع فينا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Just before I start, how many of you understand Arabic? MashaAllah. Nearly all of you. You have to be, both of you have to be expert in French to be able to deal with me. Okay, inshallah. You actually the same problem. Okay. طيب. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يبارك لنا في هذا اليوم إن شاء الله ونعنا. I will not tell you about the title of my talk till I reach to a certain point. Now, the schedule of our talk basically, I will be highlighting Hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sahih Hadith from Al-Bukhari. Sahih Hadith from Al-Bukhari, one. Then I will be telling you a message from one of the scholars from Egypt. After that, I will be asking a question. Then I will give you the title of the talk. Then I will continue. Okay? Who can repeat to me the schedule? Who was with me, Aslan? Yes.
So first you're gonna repeat the hadith.
Hadith.
And then you're gonna tell us about the scholar with the hadith. And then you're going to ask us a question.
Jamil.
And then you're going to...
Jamil. Thank you very much. طيب, look to this hadith. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, this hadith is narrated in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, which means we are talking about the highest level of authenticity in Islam after the Quran. Okay? Bukhari and Muslim. When we say Muslim, it's a book contains one of the highest authentic hadith from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, like Sahih al-Bukhari. But it comes, step or say class 2 after number 1, which is al-Bukhari. Now, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, I will read it in Arabic in full, then I'll translate it into English. قال مثلي كمثل رجل استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حولها جعل الفراش وهذه الدواب التي تقع في النار يقعن فيها وجعل يحجزهن ويغلبنه فيقتحمن فيها. I think even if in Arabic some of you don't understand it, صح? I believe, والله أعلم. قال ويغلبنه فيقتحمن فيها فأنا آخذ بحجزكم عن النار وأنتم تقحمون فيها. Those who speak Arabic, how many of you did understand every single word of this hadith? Those who believe that they understand Arabic. Wow. Is it that some of you are shy or you did not understand? This is not a test.
Can you say it again?
Okay, I will say it again. Concentrate with me. مثلي كمثل رجل استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حولها جعل الفراش وهذه الدواب التي تقع في النار يقعن فيها أي في النار وجعل أي هذا الرجل يحجزهن ويغلبنه فيقتحمن فيها فأنا آخذ بحجزكم عن النار وأنتم تقحمون فيها. The Arabs who didn't understand what the hadith is talking about. No, I'm speaking about those Arabs. But who did understand at least 50% of the hadith?
10% maybe.
Yeah, 10% exactly.
10%?
Yeah.
وينك يا حامد؟ 10%. السلام عليكم. حياكم الله. كيف الحال؟ Yes, I said something in Arabic. Your daughter says she understands 10% of it. Yes. 10% أفهمت منه.
الأردني مش عربي. الأردني مش
I was not reading Jordania. نخلص أبوك ما قدرش عليه. شوف المخرج اللي أعطاها إياه. الأردني مش عربي. هو يا عم كنت بتحدث أردني أنا. الله. طيب. The first one who raised up her hand, sister. Yes. What did you understand from this hadith?
I understood words. I didn't understand like sentences.
Just some words. Good, no problem. طيب, let me translate this hadith for you. By the way, still I have not told you about the title of our talk, by the way. Still, I want you to try to guess after I finish the hadith and the message from an Egyptian scholar, to try to guess what is the title of my talk. Okay? This hadith says, I will give you, it's like a metaphor. You know the metaphor? Surah majaziyya. Like analogy. Qiyas ala surah majaziyya. It's a metaphorical image. Prophet Muhammad says, I myself, you know, and you, both of us, like a man who kindled a fire, who made a fire at night. You know, the fire causes the light because, you know, the nature of the fire, it brings light to surrounding area, especially at night. All times, the only source of light at night is what? Fire. قال مثلي ومثلكم كمثل رجل استوقد. He kindled a fire. قال فجعلت الفراشات تأتي إليه. You know the butterflies? Butterflies, mosquitoes, flies, any other kind of insects at night, when they see the fire, they think it's just a light. You know, when you have a light outside the house, especially at the summer, most of the insects in the area, they come to the light. So for a reason, I don't know what is the reason, but they come to the light. So the butterflies and the flies, they started to come to the fire, trying to throw themselves, thinking that it's just a light. قال فآخذ بحجزكم. Sister, please stay with me. I can't concentrate. If anyone is talking with anyone, I'm losing my concentration. Please. With all due respect, if anyone would like to discuss anything, just leave, finish there and come. Because anyone smiles, anyone speaks, I lose my concentration. Please. معلش لو سمحتوا الله تكرمتوا. For the butterflies, flies, all other things, insects, they are trying to come to the fire. Prophet Muhammad said, he said, I am like that man who was trying to prevent you. I'm putting myself like a barrier between you and the fire. But the butterflies, they are insisting to throw them in. قال أنا أخذ بحجزكم. يعني بحجز. يعني I'm trying to put myself like a barrier between yourself. No, don't. But the butterfly, they are قال يقحمن فيها. You know when you say they are broken up or broken on, when you اقتحام, they throw themselves, and amazing, they kept. I tried to stop this, but this butterfly throw itself. I stop this, the other one comes from this area. But at the end, I'm doing my best not to let the butterflies to throw themselves in the fire. Throwing themselves into the fire means what? خلاص, they killed themselves. Practically they are committing suicide. Yes, the butterflies, they were committing suicide. قال فهذا مثلي ومثلكم. Now Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is resembling, يمثل نفسه, as if he is the barrier, حاجز, between us and the fire. Okay? This is the first hadith. This is narrated in Bukhari and Muslim. Now freeze this in your mind, put it in the shelf, go to the message of the Egyptian scholar. What does this scholar say? Sister, please. I mean, if you kept on laughing, I can't concentrate. Please, بترجاكي. معلش. طب معلش تغيروا محلكم. Please, can you leave here and go to the last chair? معلش. Yes, please. روحي للكرسي الآخر أفضل. طيب. فأحد العلماء المصريين, one of the scholars, he says, he wrote on his Facebook, he said, قال تخيل أنك تمشي في مكان ما فإذا بك تقرأ لوحة مكتوب عليها ممنوع التقدم حقل الألغام. هنا ستشكر من وضع اللوحة ولن تفكر في أنها قد تحد من حريتك، بل ستفهمها على أنها ضمان لسلامتك. Who did understand this? لا عبد الله, you know good Arabic. No, I will not use you. No. جزاك الله خير. بس ما شاء الله, I know that you know it. I need another volunteer because I know your ability in Arabic. Yes?
So there's a man who comes in, he's walking and he sees a sign that says, do not trespass to minefield. And then the guy thanks the person who wrote the sign and doesn't say, and doesn't feel like it restricts his freedom.
But he's not restricting freedom, but he's doing what?
He's thankful for it.
Yes, Jazakallah khair. Do you want to add anything? You raised up your hand. The same or something else? Same, Jazakallah khair. Look, I'll repeat it in Arabic again. تخيل أنك تمشي في مكان ما فإذا بك تقرأ لوحة مكتوب عليها ممنوع التقدم حقل الألغام. Imagine yourself, you are walking in a way, out of a sudden there is a sign. It reads, it says, it's forbidden to move forward. It's prohibited to move forward. In front of you there is a mines field. You know, mines? Okay, explosives. A mine, what does a mine do for you if you stepped on it? It will explode. It might cost you your life or part of your body. You might use your leg, part of your body. Might you spend all of your life disabled completely or having a disaster in your life, or simply you die. So be careful. It's forbidden. Don't move forward. There is a field full of mind. He said, definitely you will be thankful to the one who put this sign, rather, and you will not think that this person who put this sign is restricting your freedom, but rather he is what? He's ensuring your safety. Do you agree with this? Okay, from this message and the hadith, what do you think is the title of my talk? What is the core point you think I'm trying to highlight? Yes?
So because from both of the hadith and the story, the lesson is that people aren't trying to stop you from what you're to do, but they're trying to like keep you safe. So I think like the lesson might be like about how like the rules that Allah sets for you, they're not just to like restrict you, they're also to keep you safe and to keep
Jamil. Okay, I will not comment, so that just not to tell what is in my mind, okay? I will say thank you, then I will listen to everyone who would like to highlight something, then I will comment. Thank you. Number 2.
Safety first.
Safety first. Thank you very much. Very brief, direct to the point. Yes.
Allahu khair.
Allahu
Khair.
khair. Thank you. Yes, Habiba?
Yeah. Allah has a better plan for you than what you think.
Allah has a better plan for you than what you might be thinking. Yeah. Jamil, what else? Jamil, thank you very much. By the way, really I thank you, because every one of you has touched an angle of the the concept. Because I myself put more than 2 titles for this talk. You can't restrict with one title. Look, the titles that I was thinking for this talk. Number 1, please have another look to your great religion. What do I mean by this? I mean by this is one. Another one, a message for anyone who feels annoyed because of the restrictions of the Islamic teachings, which goes to what you said and what Habiba has said as well. You see? Now, another title, the greatness and the wisdom of Allah in His teachings. Why? Do you know why I'm highlighting this? Here comes the cause. تفضل. وعليكم السلام. أهلا وسهلا حبيبي. أهلا. The reason for my talk is the following. I think you agree with me, whether directly or indirectly, we do feel sometimes unhappy because of some restrictions of Islamic teachings. True or false? يعني, let's speak. If it's up to you and there is no haram and halal, if it's up to you, which means that this decision is yours. And please answer me honestly from the bottom of your heart. Imagine, after I ask the question, that what I will be asking about has nothing to do with haram and halal. And there is no sense, no accountability, you will not be held accountable, okay? But just simply it's up to you. Who will push himself to pray 5 times on time and will walk up to the Fajr, especially when it's very cold? If there is no sense and it's not haram. Just up to you. If you wish, do it. If you don't do it. If it's this is the reality. Answer me honestly. How many of us will pray the Fajr? Especially when they are very sleepy and very tired. How many of us? Maybe, give me a percentage. 0.
Yeah.
Thank you for your frankness. But tell me, if there is no, you are not committing a sin, you are not, okay, doing anything hard, but it's just up to you. How many of you will pray? What do you think? Give me a percentage.
20.
20% of the people. If there is no accountability, this is what you think. Type, okay, no problem. This is what he thinks. Type, yes.
So you said we wouldn't get sins, but at the same time, would we get like hasanat? Would we get hasanat?
Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's put two scenarios.
Okay, so if you didn't get sins, but you got hasanat if you did, I believe a lot, like maybe some people would do it if they were like in a bad time in their life and they wanted good things to happen to them. They would pray hasanat, they would pray fajr just for the hasanat, even though they wouldn't like get sins if they missed it.
Just for the hasanat. Type.
Like,
If there is no hasanat,
then no, it wouldn't matter to them.
no one will do it.
Yeah.
Because simply they will not be accountable for anything. Simply they will leave it. صح? طيب. Now this is sorry, تفضلي. Yes.
Do people know that you can pray?
Two.
Like, do they know that you can pray?
Do they know that what?
That like you can pray? Like, are they taught that yes, you should like pray?
Yeah.
They were told that this is something good and nice, and if you do it, there's benefit. But simply, it's up to you. Just if you would like, do it. If you don't like, don't do it.
I think people wouldn't do it because like everyone, like some people actually forget to do it even when it's actually when you actually have to do it. So like if there's like no sense for it, people probably would feel like too lazy to do it, even if there's like edges. Some people might do it.
Might do it.
That's like most of the time. Like I'm pretty sure they're not going to do it every single day.
Good. طيب. Let me go to step number 2. I will come to you boys. Now this is for you girls especially. Okay. If you've been told for sure that it's up to you to wear the hijab, and if you take off the hijab, it's not haram at all, no sins at all, who would love to enjoy wearing the hijab?
I wouldn't love, but honestly, it's better for us. Like nowadays, people get harassed on the daily,
So you will do it just to save part of your part, to protect yourself,
yeah, maybe.
because it contains some benefits.
It's not haram.
If not, it's haram.
Yeah, but if I take hasanat,
طيب.
definitely.
Depending on the mentality of the girls who are living in a Western country like Canada, what's the percentage of girls who will think in your way, in this way?
Maybe 0.5.
Maybe 0.5. Okay. Do you know why? Because it contains what? Restrictions. This is my point. Why do we don't love some certain things? Because of the restrictions. By default, we would love to be free in everything. Free, just to do whatever we would like. But for many reasons, we do not realize the benefits of the things. It needs a lot of powerful, deep, intellectual thinking to realize. If it's up to every person, we will destroy life. By the way, what I'm saying is a common sense, not just, I will give you another example. If it's up to us, how many of us will pay the sadaqah or the zakah?
We aren't zakat payers, so
She would. She said she would. Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about percentage. Just percentage, I'm telling you that, yes. Even though, look, I'm talking about the zakah. You know, the zakah is an obligation. It's not sadaqah. Zakah, I'm talking about the zakah. Zakah, which means it's an obligatory action when you have a money addition to what you have. When you do not pay 5% to the needy people, you are a sinful person, exactly like the one who does not respect his parents, or the one who does not pray, or etc. So it's not up to you. You have to pay the zakah. Even though it is wajib or fard or compulsory and forbidden not to do it, the majority of the Muslims, because of their love to the money, they don't pay it. So what about if they knew that it's not wajib? If it's while it's fard, the majority they don't pay the zakah. What if they knew that it's not fard?
No one would pay.
No one will pay it. Because this is okay, you will do it. I don't mind. I mean, yeah.
it's going to good cause. It's not like just like random money. And if I have the money, like why not?
Okay, and I know when you think, but I'm talking in general. And when we say no one, it does not mean we will not find. Now we can find atheists who don't believe in God. They do it, but because they are feeling the happiness by nature. Okay, it's how God created them. They feel happy when they give. But I'm giving you the example of the reality. The majority of the people, even though it is fard, they don't do it. What if they knew that it's not fard? So, yes?
No, you said what I wanted to say.
You said, I said that.
Basically, you said that if it wasn't fard, people wouldn't do it, but even if fard, they still give to charity.
This is another point. I'm still discussing within the Islamic area, okay? I will tell you now why I'm saying this example. Yes?
No, never mind.
Same? Okay. Right. Look now. My point is, many of us, I will not say all of us, the majority of us, in somehow at a certain stage of their lives, they feel unhappy because some certain things, they became compulsory on them. True or false?
True.
Sisters, before you wear the hijab, from your point of view, you used to be somehow more free than when you are restricted with the hijab. True or false?
True.
Now, before you start praying and become compulsory on you, the fact that you sleep whenever you want and you leave bed whenever you want, have you been more free? Or when you asked, Ya Muhammad, Ali, Abbas, Isha, Salli al-Fajr, which one of them is more comfortable for you as a human being? Definitely not to leave your nice bed, especially at the winter, and especially if the house is a little bit cold. Okay, who would love to go to the to open a cold water while you are dreaming in your pillow? The nice. Most of us will not love it. So my point is, I'm trying now, I will highlight the core point of why I'm saying, then I will give examples like an answer for why I'm highlighting this thing. I want to tell you, by the way, this could be, what I'm doing now, could be considered some kind of fixing concepts or fixing misconceptions in your minds. Now, even though you are a nice people, nice Muslim, but sometimes when you keep receiving things, it's free, it's against my freedom, I don't like it, why they are forcing me, why? And when you look some kind of YouTube channels, some kind of atheists, non-religious people who hate Islam, for some reasons, jokes from here and there, some movies, indirect messages, how do they call it? The supplementary, I think, messages? Supplementary. Yes.
No, subliminary.
Subliminary.
Yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. The subliminary. Okay. Messages. الرسائل الغير المباشرة. That comes to you sometimes. You are watching tens of videos, tens of films. You are listening to tens of jokes, sometimes on daily basis or on weekly basis. Most of them, because of the materialistic world, they focus on the following concepts. It's up to you to decide what you would like to do. Don't listen to anyone. No one has the right to force you to do something you don't like to do. Am I exaggerating in this?
No.
So it's your freedom. Don't. Indirectly, you will start feeling unhappy with the fact that someone, regardless with this one, which will happen to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is asking to do something might go against your personal freedom. Such as praying on times you would love to sleep. Such as wearing the hijab, even though you feel more happy without the hijab. Let's come. So my message to you, I want you to realize, now I will continue, give you examples. Is it true that Allah, just for the sake of restricting our freedom, and He wants just to bother us, is asking us to do what He is asking us to do? Or there's a benefit behind that? So if we realize some of the benefits, now as intellectual people, كناس عندنا عقول, we have the power of intellect. You know what does it mean? By the way, what distinguishes us from animals? They call it the intellect, al-aql, not the brain. Because animals, they have brains. الدماغ. I'm talking about al-aql, which is the power of intellect. It's how we became intellectuals. Okay? This does not exist with animals. Simply, they are, they are driven by their inner nature with the minimum basic of, intellectual power. We have the maximum, the best. Nothing in the creatures like us. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored us. We do this kind of processing system. We understand the wisdom. So when the religion asks you to do something and it's clear in the religion, it's for your benefit. Even though it might superficially restricting your freedom now. Let me, before bringing the examples, حبيبة وصديقتها, أنتوا مش عارف أركز منكم by the way. Please, معلش. Now, let's make differences. Let's see the differences now. Or they make the analogy, al-qiyas, in our daily life. As a human being, intellectual human being. Forget the religion now for a while. Start studying for exams. Yani, when exams come, he feels, yes, I have exam. Please, why are you laughing? Because no one does it, صح? No one does it. Type, how many of you dares not to study for exam? برضو no one. Yes.
I don't.
You don't.
She's just too smart.
And you just pass without any kind of studying?
Depends on the class.
But don't you study?
Not always.
But you study sometimes.
Yeah, just not for the exam.
But I mean, my point, is there anyone who dares not to study? كيف yes? كيف yes يعني? You don't go to schools, you don't listen, you don't put notes. Now if it's up to you, how many, by the way, let me ask you, yes, sorry.
What she's trying to say is there's a lot of people who don't care about their grades. She's not trying to say that she's like smart without studying. She's just saying there's a lot of people who don't care about studying.
Don't care about studying in general.
Care about their
Like
grades.
yeah, when exam week came around last year, I remember there were like 10 people in my class who never studied.
Never studying.
Didn't study at all, like nothing.
Depending on what?
Like they just didn't want to.
No, because their parents.
Depending on what in their background. They don't want to because they don't care about what?
Yeah, they just don't care about getting a grade.
Because
Because of inheritance. Their parents are like rich, so that you get it.
one of the reasons, yes, or the system could be covering them by giving them loans if they want to work, or the system does cover them by giving them some of money to start their own business if they know for sure that if they don't study, they don't pass, they will be kicked out and they will be able to do nothing in their life. Can anyone dare not to study?
No.
So indirectly, the system is supporting with other types of support. But my point in general, now, what's the percentage of the people who love to study? Nearly no one. But why do we study, by the way? Most of us. Okay, don't speak just about yourselves. Just in general, on earth, millions of people, when they go and study, is it just because they love studying?
No, because you have to.
Or because you have to? Why do you have to? Yes? Have jobs. If you don't have a degree, certificate, qualifications, how many people will hire you?
No one.
Nearly no one. Nearly no one. So sometimes if you say, okay, I have inheritance, I don't care. What's the percentage of these people? Even though those people who will inherit millions, they can't enjoy their life because the people will make laugh of them. Imagine a multimillionaire who has a son. He does not want to study or to do anything because he has money. He has money, but he's idiot, stupid. He can't speak, he can't talk, he can't write. Who will respect him?
No one.
No one. A multimillionaire and no one respects him. What kind of life is this? My point, is it true that we do go to study and for our exams just because we love studying? No. Or we feel happy? No, it's because intellectually you understand the natural consequences which could be a disaster in case if you did not study. Why do you eat a clean food? Why not to have dirty food? Question. Because not to get poison. So what?
Because then you'll die.
Okay, good. So by the way, which is easier, to eat food after putting effort of cleaning the food or without cleaning the food?
With cleaning the food.
If you are a lazy person, what do you prefer?
Cleaning the food.
Huh?
Cleaning the food.
A lazy person.
It doesn't matter. Lazy people like food.
Okay, it doesn't matter because they are afraid of what?
They're afraid to get sick.
No, to die.
Okay, good. Sick or die, no problem. Which means, my point. No, not suicide. No. My point, sister, my point. Being afraid from the consequences will push me to leave my laziness and to clean the food, even though if it's up to me, I would not. صح ولا لا? Can I keep giving you examples up to the morning for this? My point is it true that anything with restrictions necessarily will lead to bad consequences? Or in many cases in our lives, restrictions or loads will lead to benefits?
Lead to benefit.
Benefits. Now the one who goes to Harvard, for example, do you think they go and to play, for example, just games and basketballs or something? I don't go to the library, I don't they open books?
No.
What? By the way, the one who goes to Harvard to have, for example, political science, how many hours they study?
Lots.
12.
Yes, those who do medicine, how many hours they study?
13.
Wallahi, and in my university, I heard some of them, they study 16 hours sometimes a day. 16 hours to be good doctors. Imagine someone say, I don't like anyone to restrict me in anything. I want but just to be the best doctor on earth. روح ولي يا زلمة. روح ولي. Who, by the way, who likes to be restricted in 16 hours sitting on a desk reading a book? Who would love to do this? Love. You know love? I enjoy it. Who? يعني yeah, wow, 16 hours. Alhamdulillah. 16 hours on a desk. Ya Allah, in one position. Alhamdulillah, I will not watch movies. Alhamdulillah, no games. Alhamdulillah, I will not sit with my friends. Yes! Who will do this? None. The message, when you come to Islam and someone tells you drinking alcohol is haram, but you know all of my friends, they do it. Think why in Islam it's haram. It's not to lose the thing that makes you a human being, which is without aql. Who's better, me or an animal?
The end.
By the way, if I lost this, wallahi, I'm not joking. If I lost my power of intellect, who's more, by the way, from one angle, who's more powerful, a donkey or myself? Well, I'm not joking. Ask this question to yourself. Who is, if I don't have a brain, who's, now, initially, who has more muscle powers, a donkey or a mule or a human being? A donkey. طيب, if who's more fast? For example, a jaguar, a lion, or a human being?
Jaguar.
Oh, definitely. But who can jump higher? For example, ape or whatever, you know, many things. Tell me about anything that jumps high, for example.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo? What? Frogs, for example, okay. Or a human being. By the way, whatever you try to see yourself, you will see an animal 10 times better than you. What makes you better? This. If this disappears, nearly everything of the animals will be more powerful than you. So what causes this to be lost? Alcohol and the drugs, for example. Therefore, when you know that Islam says alcohol is haram, but I want to enjoy it. Don't enjoy it, because you will lose 10 million times than your enjoyment. Be aware that Allah is putting this hukum, this restriction, this teaching, this ruling for your benefit. Let's come to the bad relations. I might conclude by this. I will open it for questions after this example. If you don't have questions, I will stop. You know, the most problematic thing between youth, boys and girls, basically the relations compared with the society around us, boyfriends, girlfriends. From A to Z with the full package. Sheikh, why we are not allowed to have girlfriends? Sheikh, why are not have boyfriends? Why am I not allowed to go with them at night? Why we can't go, blah, 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 blah. Why? Don't we have these questions or not? Yeah. By the way, let's frankly, don't you have this question inside yourself? Why Islam is, I'm not doing anything bad, but you could be doing something. But who decides what's bad and what's good and what's wrong?
Allah.
You see, this dilemma when you come to it. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited what we call قال ولا متخذات أخدان, you know, the friends or boyfriend or girlfriend, and you know in Islam we say az-zina haram, fornication, adultery. You see, it's haram. But why? Someone said, why? Simply, we can't keep talking for 1 hour about this simple point. Just look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created this kind of desire, the sexual desire, emotional desire inside of us, it's to build families, to have the reproduction of the human race on earth. It's not just to enjoy for the sake of enjoying. We as Muslims, we believe that God created us and we have a duty on earth. قال واستعمركم فيها. We are asked to develop this earth now. Basically, if someone, one of the disasters of having wrong or haram sexual relations outside the institution of marriage basically is the destruction of the human race. Do you know how? I will give you an example. Sorry, you want to say?
I was gonna say because maybe that child can have like a broken family.
Yes.
Most of the time, so maybe that's why.
One of the aspects, yes, the broken family. But how broken family comes to happen? If the man is trying to find another woman in haram, okay, enjoying, or both of them, males and females, decided just to enjoy themselves in haram. Now, what do I mean by haram compared with halal? Halal marriage. Marriage means by default responsibility. Responsibility on everything. Paying the money, taking care, being honest, holding responsibility, taking care of the children. So there is an umbrella, there is a shelter that takes care of the children to make them at least normal human beings. Not having, psychological problems because they were simply thrown here and there, or they discovered that they don't know to whom they belong, for example. Okay? So the family. Look, I will give an example. In Germany and in the UK, because I remember the statistics, it's in a special documentary by a missionary group in the United States. They said in Germany and they talked about maybe 15 countries, but what I remember now, Germany and the UK. Germany and the UK, because of the very small amount of marriages and families there, because simply, the materialistic freedom, the individualism, I want to enjoy my life, I don't care whether I have a family, I want just a girlfriend, so this month a girlfriend, next year another girlfriend, fourth friend, definitely. Anyone who would love to enjoy his life with a girlfriend and a girlfriend with a boyfriend, most likely they don't like to have children. If they decided to have a children, the one who will be facing this disaster basically who? The man or the woman? The woman. How many single moms you hear about? How difficult the life is when a mom is working and taking care without the help of a husband. In Germany and the UK, to the best of my knowledge, in average 35 to 50 years, according to the rate of reproduction in these two countries, nearly they will start to disappear. Do you know this? Do you know this? Disappear. Yani, for example, when I was in the UK, just very quickly calculating yourself, when I was in the UK in 1997, how many years ago?
22 years ago.
22. At that time, I came across the following information. At that time, the population of the UK, it was 65 millions, okay? At that time, 15 millions of them, they were above 65. Do you know what does it mean in a Western country? 15 millions above 65. What does it mean in terms of tax, pensions, and health care? Do you know what does it mean? It means you need a few millions of people to work to what? Because they don't produce anything, they don't work. They are just sitting with full health care, with everything. They take care of them. They are taking billions, not millions. طيب. If you have less than 7 or 8 or 10 millions of manpower in the society, 15 millions, they need to take care of them, at least 30 millions to keep working, to sustain themselves and to take care of the 15 millions, because they are not working anymore. طيب, if the 15 millions, this is what I'm saying, became because the people they don't marry, and if they are married they don't have children, and if they have children, it was 1.3% for every I think 1,000 or 100, which means the reproduction rate, it will be less. They call it, I think, the fertility rates, معدل الخصوبة. To keep any civilization alive, you have to be above 2 point something. So most of European countries, they are below 2%. Are you with me? Which means they have an average 50 years. Look, 15 millions, now they will die in average 10, 15 years. Everyone should be paying for them. طيب. The people who are working 30 millions. After 20 years, the people who will be working 15 millions. Those who are receiving benefits, 30. No families. Why are there no families? They are satisfied with the outside relations, just the satisfaction of the sexual desire, and that's it. No families, no responsibility, no shelter, no taking care, no reproduction, no ties, no. The end result, they will disappear. So when Allah makes something haram, it's not just, okay, He wants just to make it difficult for us. And you can apply this to all other Islamic teachings. You talk about riba, talk about hijab. Hijab, it's for you to enjoy. I remember who said that, Habiba, I think, or someone else. Now, to enjoy your privacy, to enjoy your chastity, to enjoy your modesty, to enjoy it. Many people, they don't know it. And even though I said I finished, do you remember this is the story of Sarah? Do you know Sarah? I told you once about Sarah, the lawyer, the solicitor, the famous lawyer in the UK, about the hijab. Do you remember the story? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you repeat it?
No, I don't remember the story.
Type. Okay, Sarah, it's something I witnessed part of her story. When I was in the UK doing my PhD at that time, I heard about a very famous lawyer. Her name is Sarah. Sarah, she's a British, white, Anglo-Saxon British, okay? She was very famous, very rich, very well known in the media, because she's a very famous person. So she decided to become a Muslim. She reverted to Islam, and she converted to Islam, and she wore the hijab. So there was something like an earthquake in the UK at that time, but more than 25 or 30 years ago. SubhanAllah, I heard about it. At that time, we did not have the Google or the YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp. So we used to hear about it, but we did not have any kind of contact to know the details of it. But just we keep hearing. So once I was driving my car, just out of a sudden, opening on the BBC, radio BBC. So there is an interview with Sarah. Or Sarah, they say. The presenter, he was asking her the following question. The first question was something about, okay, Sarah, we know that it's up to you to decide to change your faith, or this is something very private. It's your private decision. But Sarah, can you tell us why did you decide to wear the hijab? This is his way. This is his accent, how he said it. He was really as if he was making fun of her. Very, very bad way. His attitude, you can feel it from the sound. يعني it's as if in Arabic when we say يعني ما انت العاقلة يعني شو اللي صار فيكي وين مخك. Okay, you want to wear the hijab, you are a British, you are a beautiful white British. Hijab, why did you decide to wear the hijab? You know, it was wallahi, he was asking her in a way which was really very bad. Look how she replied to him. She said, I decided to wear the hijab to tell everyone in the street that I'm not a sexual object. I want everyone in the street, when he deals with me, when he speaks with me, I want him to deal with me according to my personality, my humanity, my character, not according to my body. My evaluation is not according how short or tall my skirt is. My value is my humanity. Don't look at my body, then evaluate me. Do you accept to be evaluated according to your body? Really? Is this respect or disrespect for you? So this is Islam. Islam, I concluded from Sarah's answer. It's my conclusion, she finished, okay? I was very happy to hear this answer because it's the female who's talking now. It's not a man. She's expressing her feelings as a white, person who she was enjoying the claimed freedom. She knows what she's talking about. She said, I don't want you to evaluate me according you look at my body, then how beautiful from your point of view I will be evaluated. No. So I'm covering everything, it's not yours. So I concluded from this my own version of statement from this story. I said, one of the amazing messages of the hijab is the following. This is my personal point of view, okay? I'm not talking on behalf of Islam now. If you quote my personal point of view. As if one of the messages of the hijab, as if the Muslimah is telling everyone in the street the following: hey, take away your sight, I'm not yours. Igla, you know igla? I am not yours, I'm fully protected. Okay, I'm not yours. يعني يلا يا مشي زحلق, you know زحلق? I can't translate these things by the way. زحلق مين بيقول زحلق؟ لا زحلق يعني بالكونتكست بالسبيريت, مش زحلق يا سليبر. لا زحلق is a metaphorical uses in Arabic. It contains اقلع وزحلق اوكي يلا ومن هنا هوينا. You know هوينا? Untranslatable by the way. You have to be at least from بلاد الشام to understand what I'm talking about. So as if the Muslim is telling the others this يا عمي روح يلا كش يلا كش you know كش. Wallahi, the hijab contains the message of you have no rizq here. يلا ارجع اقلع روح دور على واحدة غيري. Well, I'm not joking. This is part of the message of the hijab, the one who would like to get into my privacy. No, this is prohibited private area. Go away. يلا اقلع. You have to feel this. Wallahi, when you are there, you have to feel proud that Allah is asking you to do this for your benefit. If the others would like to, okay. By the way, the others, they are facing the consequences, but they do not admit because they have already lost a lot of things. They don't want to admit that they have lost. So when you think about it, this is part of the message. So it's not just to restrict your life, it's for your benefit. How did we start our talk? Hadith. You remember? Butterflies protecting, throwing themselves. Please don't do it. So I'm stopping you so as not to harm yourself. And the other one, sign, be careful. Minds field. You should be thankful to the one who wrote this sign instead of saying he is trying to restrict my freedom. He wants to ensure your safety. Clear? جزاكم الله خير. And I stop. I think we have 5 minutes للعشاء صح? 5 minutes? If I'm not mistaken. طيب. One question or 2 questions? One. Yes. Still.
It's not a question, but it's a comment.
Comment.
يعني I understand the benefits from everything that God says and enforces on us, but I'm not convinced as to why يعني احنا we're wearing a hijab عشان the men don't look or كده. Like this is not fair for us. I can wear whatever. I'm not saying that I'm gonna wear something seductive and try to attract guys, but if I'm wearing something modest and decent, then I think it's completely fine, and I think it should be a blame on the guys. يعني they shouldn't be looking and be وسخين وعمالين بيبصوا يعني it's my right to wear. أنا عايزة wear نصكم or whatever, it's fine. Like why should I have to wear no, I understand the hijab, like it's for and the benefits from it, but like this shouldn't
But who told you okay, I understood your point, which is
but I mean why should I have to fully be dressed to say لا يعني I can be walking normally wearing something modest and not seductive and be like no, you're still not mine. I don't have to be fully covered to tell you that.
طيب, maybe I don't blame you to say this because you are living in some kind of secular society, okay? Many concepts around you, they are affecting you. بس خليني معلش ارجع. انت بتفهمي عربي منيح صح؟ معلش؟ لانه في معاني معي بس 3 minutes صعب جدا احكيها بالانجليزي. Very quickly. اول شيء الحجاب مش فقط المشكله انه الاسلام لازم يغضوا بصرهم، لا، هو الحجاب للمراه قبل الرجل. المراه بفطرتها تحب ان ترى، ينظر اليها. يعني الانثى تستمتع بان ينظر اليها مثل ما الرجل يستمتع بان ينظر. Look, الرجل his highest enjoyment when he looks. الفيميل one of the highest enjoyment which is looking at her, which means looking, seeking attraction. That's why normally human beings مين اللي بخطب؟ مين اللي بروح بخطب؟ الرجل بخطب المرأة ولا المرأة بتخطب الرجل؟ مين؟ بكل مجتمعات الدنيا البنت بتكون محترمة مستتة بغض النظر متدينة وغير متدينة، الرجل هو اللي بروح وبدفع المهر وبجيب الورد وبنزل تحت الكذا وبضرب على الجيتار وبترجع وبسحب وبروح، صح ولا لا؟ By nature المن do they feel that إنهم انهانوا بهذا الموضوع ولا by nature they are ready to fight؟ By nature يعني they are ready to fight to have their woman or صح ولا لا؟ طيب الwoman does she fight in public مشان to bring her man؟ بتوقف تقول اسمعوا الراجل ده انا عايزاه والله لكسر الدنيا.
حضرتك شفت البنات اللي احنا عندنا الحقيقة؟
لا لانه في مسخ للفطره. I'm asking you. طب ليش عم تضحكوا؟ عم تضحكوا لانه
عشان في بنات كتير قوي كده الحقيقة.
اوكي في هدول البنات ماشيين على الفطره صح ولا ضد الفطره؟
يعني اتس ضد بس
ما هو انا نقطتي ارجعوا لفطرتكم. بفطرتك انت كأنثى ترتاحي انه يجي يدفع لاجلك ويبذل الجهد مشان تنطلبي، ولا بتحسي فطرتك اللي الله خلقك عليها انت تروحي ان بابليك وتقولي انا بدي فلان وتقاتلي لاجله؟ بفطرتك انه الاقرب؟ معي انتو؟ بمعنى I'm telling you انه باي نيتشر في عندنا فرق الفطرة جزئي مش بكل شيء. الرجل والمرأة كلاهما يصدق ويكذب، كلاهما يكون أمين ويخون، كلاهما يدفع الصدق ويكون بخيل، كلاهما يؤتمن وإلى آخره. هذا مشترك common. الآن common by nature المرأة مثلا عاطفية حنونة أكثر من الرجل. Do we deny this؟ مين الأكثر عاطفة in general؟ females ولا الميلز؟ طلعوا على أمهاتكم وآبائكم. اخوك الصغير بيكون بيرضع بيبكي طول الليل، امك بتصحى 100 مره وبتحب ترضعه وبتحبه وبتحطه، ابوك بيسمع مرتين بيمسكه من الشباك. طب هو بالنيتشر في قدرات عند المراه وطبائع مش موجوده عند الرجل. Can we deny this؟ part of it انه المراه خلقت اجمل من الرجل ماشي، وقادره على الغوايه اكثر من الرجل. معي انتو؟ بدليل البليونز اوف دولارز محطوطه للميك اب وللذهب لمين؟ بتشوفوا الاسلام رايحين طول الوقت ميك اب وبيسووا هيك وبيعملوا بيسووا هيش طلع بيصحى الصبح بيعمل هيك بشعراته وبضله طالع. البنت في بنت بتصحى الصبح بتسوي هيك وبضلها طالع بتنجن، لانه باي نيتشر اللوك ماشي والشكل والجمال باي نيتشر هاي بروبابيلتي. الاسلام عاد بيلحق على الصفر وبيطلع ما بتهمه. in general speaking طبيعة الرجل وقد طبيعة المرأة. من ضمن طبيعة المرأة من ضمنها إنه عندها زي ما الرجل عنده شهوة النظر للمرأة، المرأة عندها شهوة أن ينظر إليها، فالحجاب مشان أكثر شهوة المرأة نفسها قبل ما الرجل يطلع عليها. معي انتي؟
ايوه
وصلت؟ بمعنى واحدة. طب ليش هذا بنعمل؟ زي ما الرجل بفطرته واجب عليه واجب يروح يشتغل ويؤثم اذا ما اشتغل وصرف، والمرأة مطلوب حتى لو عندها فلوس تجلس في بيتها وتدير بالها على اولادها اذا احبت، مش ممنوع تشتغل، لكن اذا حتى لو عندها فلوس بالاسلام تقعد ببيتها بتدير بالها وهو مطلوب. فطرته ما اعترض. كم نسبة الاسلام اللي بيقول لك اسمع انا ليش انا اطلع اشتغل وليش اطلع اسوي؟ بيقول لك الزلمه انت خص عليك اقعد. صح؟ بفطرته. في فرق ولا ما في؟
ايوه.
انا المثال اللي بحكيه دائما الان لو دخل صرصور صرصور كوكروتش او فار هنا شو بصير فيكم انتوا؟ انتوا هون لو فار او صرصور دخل الان شو بصير فيكم؟ try to imagine what will happen to you. كلكم على الكراسي. الشباب لو دخل فار او صرصور اللي بينط على الكرسي وشو بدي اسوي فيه؟
انا حاهرب الباب هناك.
انت راح تهرب؟ فينيشت؟ طيب just 1 minute بس دخلت ماشي. لذلك يا اخوات هذا جزء من كل الموضوع كتير كبير. انا حولت العربي بس لسرعه الموضوع، بس ان شاء الله وصلت جزء منه معلش. جزء وممكن بعد الصلاه اكمل لك بشكل شخصي اذا حبيتي. الله يجزيكم خير. ثانك يو فيري ماتش. السلام عليكم.